In 2011, film director Al Grease created the first part of 3 series, Frustrated, Black Men in Brazil. And that is really what inspired what we know as today, the Passport Bro movement. Guys like Charles Tyler, Tailor-Made Dreams, and of course in today's time, young guys like Austin Holloman are seeing the same things that it's just not a fair shake for the average black man in America. So many of them were going and congregating in many familiar places and hubs such as Brazil, the Dominican Republic, and Colombia. But then, why were those the places? Number one, I think the close proximity to the United States, but then also the women and also the weather also played a role. But then things started happening. You started to see guys get drugged in Colombia. You started to see guys have a lot of bad experiences in Dominican Republic with corruption and things like that. Brazil, like I said, is very violent, very dangerous. And also, brothers are just kind of tired of those places. So where are black men going now? Black men are on their way to Thailand. And I want to talk about some reasons while they're going. Number one, the cost of living. Now, Brazil is nice. I've been there before. Never been to Dominican Republic and Colombia, but I heard Colombia has pretty good cost of living, but not as good as Thailand. I heard their brothers are paying anywhere from $200 to $400 a month. In most places, good spots. A lot of housing, a lot of affordable housing, things like that, doing pretty well, right? And the second thing is also the infrastructure. Now I heard if you go to Dominican Republic, sometimes hot water can be a problem. I don't know about Colombia, but I do know that you can get super high-speed internet in Thailand for really cheap. I talked to Brother Aaron Ferris, Black Male Travels, and he's always talking about how fast the internet is and how cheap it is, how affordable it is. So not only are you getting cheaper accommodation, but the same facilities for the internet, especially if you're a digital nomad, is there. The weather. Now, I know that Dominican Republic can have good weather some of the times. In Colombia, depending on where you are in the country, but Thailand, so the weather is always good. The weather is always exciting, always something to do. So that's another reason why guys are looking to be there. Opportunities. Now, I know there are opportunities everywhere, but Thailand seems to have somewhat of an advantage. Number one, because it's the number one tourist attraction in the world. And then also people do a lot of exporting from Thailand. So you have brothers that set up businesses there. And because of the businesses, you can set one up easily as a foreigner. There's a big demand for goods from Thailand. People buy. I know my brother was telling me Blackest Night that you can take some of those goods from Thailand, and if you have hookups in, let's say, like Africa, Nigeria, Uganda, that stuff can be sold for a profit in bulk. So that's another thing too also. Another thing also is the expat communities. Now let me just talk about this. In the Dominican Republic, obviously you're gonna have expat communities of different other people, not just black. But we're gonna be real, man. You kind of get that kind of passport bro kind of community going. And then, in that kind of passport bro community, you kind of have the passport pookies, which I'll talk about in another video. And, those are the guys that kind of, are intermingling with the guys that are really there to do well or retire. But for what I understand with Thailand, and because Thailand is much more expensive than going to, let's say, Colombia or going to the DR or in some cases Brazil, it seems to be a higher quality of black man that wants to be in Thailand because it is more expensive to survive there. Not only do you get expats from, the Black American communities, you got a lot of Indians in Thailand, a lot of rich Russians in Thailand, a lot of people from Britain in Thailand. You got a whole lot of people from those places, a lot of opportunities for, different businesses and different connections. So the expat community can help you out there. I want to talk about safety too. Okay, how many times have we heard about somebody getting robbed in the DR? Or how often have we heard of somebody being drugged in Colombia? A lot, right? We've heard that so many times. You know, particular brothers have been, you know, robbed, everything taken from them, everything stolen from them. But I don't really hear it a lot in Thailand. I mean, you hear some other things, and I think you guys know what I'm talking about when I talk about like the lady, you know what kind of thing going on, the lady boy thing. But outside of that, I don't hear anybody talking about, you know, I got robbed in Thailand, I was drugged in Thailand, and all of that. It seems to be pretty safe. And what people always want to value is their safety. Let's talk about entertainment. I've never been to Thailand, but I've heard that entertainment is good. Bars are really good and affordable. So if you want to entertain yourself, like a night out is going to be really, really good, right? And a lot of guys look at that. They look at, you know, can I entertain myself? Can I get a feel for the culture? The food is good. The street food is good. You know, every time I go out, I'm having a good time. It's not breaking the bank. You know, I was recently in Nigeria, and man, like I went out to a few bars and it was like so overpriced, you know. I was, you know, recently in Kenya, and I was feeling like, damn, this is like American prices. But, you know, fortunately enough in Thailand, it's not that way. So that's great. I want to talk about another thing too, like its proximity to other Asian nations. So a lot of brothers who want to explore might want to check out Malaysia, which is also pretty good for foreigners. Singapore, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos. Those are some of the places that are pretty cheap to go through, from in Thailand. Might be paying like $100 round trip. And I can tell you that's a benefit. I just recently flew to like Lagos from Uganda, like in like August, and I spent like almost, we had a business class ticket or economy ticket going there, business coming back. So the economy ticket was like $800. Then we did the business coming back. That was like a $500 a seat upgrade. I recently was in Nairobi. I spent over $400 to go like maybe 300 miles. The flight was like 45 minutes. And, you know, living in the European Union, I mean, you know, you can go to like the next country, like round trip, typically for like $100, $200. If that, when I went to Luxembourg from Poland, it was real cheap. So guys like that. Now, obviously the last part, the women. And shout out to the brother Richie Mack from Zoom to Thailand. I'm gonna play this particular clip so we talk about what's going on here.
Man, they be mad. See, this is, I mean, I don't ask her, y'all. This is just, I done said this a million times. I wake up and she handling that business. Y'all can't smell it though. She put this good little smell stuff on there. It smells good too. Y'all just want to see the backside there, y'all. Y'all want to see L, man. They like to see L. There she go. There she go. They don't want to see my fat ass. They want to see L. Save yourself, black man. Say, save yourself, black man.
Save yourself, black man.
Shout out to Jamaica. Save yourself, black man. Now, they not going to all be as fine as L. I'm going to tell y'all right now. I came up. But they still have the same spirit, the same mind, the same heart.
As you see, last but not least, the women. All right. The women are, in comparisons to Colombia and Dominican Republic, I think that those women in the Dominican Republic and Colombia are more influenced by what they see in the Western world. And I went to medical school with a lot of people from Thailand and Taiwan, right? And I can tell you that Thailand people and people from Taiwan are not necessarily so influenced by what goes on in the Western world. Sure, they indulge in the music and stuff like that, but they're not, you know, they're still very, very much themselves, right? They have a lot of good culture, and being feminine and doing things for your man is a big part of Thailand culture. So guys, I hope that was a pretty good in-depth video of why a lot of the passport brothers are moving over to Thailand. And I guess it's a community that's burgeoning over there, and it seems to be quite successful. I don't hear a lot of problems that I was hearing, you know, like I said, in, you know, places like Accra, Ghana, Gambia, Rio, and the DR. So guys, let me know what you think. Are you headed out to Thailand? Maybe your boy might pull up. Peace out.